be learning about text. There are two different ways that you can get to the workspace that you're going to need. You can either click on this website and click Begin Tutorial in Illustrator. This will automatically open up this workspace for you with the Discover panel, and you are good to click Start Tutorial. If that is not working for you, you should be able to go to open up Illustrator just in general. We're going to go over here and click Learn. Then from here, we're going to go to the section called Hands-on Tutorials. We're going to view all. The tutorial that we are looking for is Get Started with Text. Then we are good to click Start Tutorial. From here, we're going to follow along with the Discover panel to get this completed. So we are going to start by adding an event heading to this poster. Select the type tool in the toolbar. Reminder, if you don't know where something is, you can always click this that says Show Location. But the type tool is going to be right here. If you click T on your keyboard, that is the quick command for the type tool. Now we are going to click in the empty area towards the top of the poster to add a placeholder text. So I'm just going to click right here. This will start your text box. We are going to not click anything and just start typing what we need to. We're going to type Jazz Festival to replace that text. When you add text by clicking, you create a point type. It's perfect for creating a small amount of text like a heading, not necessarily a large body of text. Resizing the heading. Now we are going to resize this so that it stands out. We are going to use our selection tool to do this. So V on your keyboard is the quick command for the selection tool. We're going to click on our text. And now we can see that it's selected with our bounding box. We're going to press Shift on our keyboard and click and drag this out to make that text bigger. I'm going to make it about this big to where I think it fits good on my poster. Pressing Shift while dragging maintains the proportion when resizing. So if I didn't hold Shift, it would make it all wonky. We don't want that. So I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that. We don't want to distort the text. We want it to be what the text is. Adding a paragraph. You can also create multiple lines of text like a paragraph without pressing the Enter or Return key. So now we're going to add some event details. We're going to go back to our type tool. You can hit T on your keyboard to get there. We're going to click and drag out a rectangle in this box. So I'm going to click and drag this out instead of just clicking like what I did before. So I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that. So click and drag out this text box. This will create more space for my text to go in. So we should see the placeholder text in the box as it is right there. Now we're ready to replace it with the details. So we should see selected placeholder text in the box. We'll replace it with some details in the next step. This type of text is called area text because the text flows within a box. If we resize the box, the text will reflow automatically, so it'll all fit in there still. We are now going to replace our information in this box. So I'm going to select this text in here and hit delete, and then start typing my information here. So June 28th through July 13th. So this is kind of like an invitation that we're making. We're going to press Enter in our text box, and that will bring us down a line, and then we are good to start typing this second part. So notice that the second line of text is longer than the width of the box. So I typed all of this out the same as I did this very first line. I just didn't hit enter. Because it is longer, the way that we set up our text box by clicking and dragging it out, it automatically resized that for us. So it made it fit in that box. Formatting your text. Use the many text formatting options to make your text look just the way you want. So we are going to triple click this text. 1, 2, 3. You can also click using your selection tool, go into your type tool, and click and drag over that. Sometimes that way doesn't register that you're trying to do that, and it will create a second text box. So easiest way is just to triple click that text. In the character selection properties panel, we are going to choose 24 point from the font size menu. Now, my properties panel is not pulled up currently. So if you don't know how to get there, you can click show location and it will automatically pop that up for you. I'm also going to show you how to do that just because it's good to know in general. So if you go up to window and go to properties, this is your properties panel for the current tool you have selected. And it looks like I accidentally changed one of my fonts while I was doing that. So I'm going to back it up a little bit. There we go. So in the properties panel, we are going to choose 24 point size. So we're going to be looking at this character panel because it's our character font. We are going to change this, our font size, to 24. Select the remaining text and practice changing the font size in the properties panel. So we're going to select the remaining text, except for it looks like when I did my font size to 24, it made it too big. I think it would look better with 21, so we're going to do 21, not 24. I'm going to select my other text, practice changing that font size. Now we will change the font to make it more expressive, so the actual character style. So using my selection tool, I'm going to click this box. The actual, the Jazz Festival unit. In the character selection of the properties panel, right here, we are going to change our font. So we're going to move our cursor over our fonts. I like to click this drop down arrow to select one to be able to pull down the whole list. So we're going to scroll through this big list of fonts, and I want you to find one that you can like that is also able to be read. One that you think would fit a jazz festival. You can pick any font that you would like. I think I'm going to pick that one. That one looks fun. Again, you can pick any one that you want. If you want to resize the text after clicking a font, try clicking and dragging a corner of the text box like we did earlier. So we can click and hold Shift and resize that to make it fit back in that area. Last thing we're going to learn in this tutorial is changing the text color. So we can make one part of our text pop by changing the color of it. So we're going to click on our type tool. We're going to drag across that word jazz, which mine is kind of hard to see if I have it all selected because of the font that I chose, but that's okay. In the appearance section of the properties, appearance, right here, I can see that my text is filled in black. I'm going to click this square next to the fill button, and I can change it to whatever color that I want to. I think that this orange color might look pretty nice. I think I can also use my eyedropper tool to fill that as well. But I'm just going to go with this orange color. So in the panel, we can click any color swatch, which we just did, to fill it in with your color. Again, you don't have to choose the same color as me. Try to choose a color that you think would fit the color scheme that's already there. Press Escape key twice to close that panel and view the color change. So I'm going to click on my selection tool and click off into this random space. And now I have that ready to roll. So once you are done with this tutorial, that's it. Well done. We are going to screenshot your entire workspace. So you can hit Shift Command 3 to screenshot the entire thing, and then you will turn this in on Canvas.